here with senior Carlos Ferrer to preview the 2019 Concordia men's soccer season. And as we speak today, it's just a few days before preseason camp gets started. First off, I know you've been a part of some pretty good teams so far, 37 wins over the last 3 years, if I'm adding that right, and some pretty fun moments. What would you say has been the most memorable moment so far for you?
Oof, there's a lot. If I could take one thing though, I think it would be the friendships that have been made throughout these 3 years. They've all been older people, so now that I'm the oldest, I'm alone for the first time. But at the same time, I mean, the people that have been here, like Joao, David, even the younger people like Trent and Garrett and Decker, people like that. I mean, the friendships are amazing. And of course the trips to two GPAC finals and then semifinal last year, that's been fun. The ride's always fun.
That's what I was just going to bring up is you've been to a couple conference championship games. Considering some of those close calls, and I know it's always hard to end your season that way in the conference tournament, but what would it mean to compete for a conference championship this year?
Everything. That's what we want. That's every year going into preseason. That's the only thing we think about, going back to that final and winning it this time.
Almost every game seemed to be a competitive game last year. Whether you were playing Hastings or somebody else, a Bellevue team that was pretty good too. What was it about that 2017 team that won all those games? That you guys were able to play that consistently high level, and how do you get back to that?
One thing I think that separated that team from the rest was all the experience that we had in it, because we had like not even just at the college level, but even bigger, like Marcelo, Toby, Luis, Micah, Luke was really good that year in the back line, and then of course we had Jack, who had a great year in 2017, but I think that's the main thing that separated us. And this year, it's different because we don't have that much experience, but I think the seniors and the juniors, we would do a good job of implementing that to the younger people, because we've been in big situations. You know, we played against big teams and we know what it takes.
Well, you've been an important figure on this team right away since you arrived at Concordia. What do you think prepared you to step in right away and be ready for that?
My last club coach was really good, Sami Nedjar. He helped me out a lot. And I think visiting school and seeing the level of the team and everything really gave me a platform to work out that last summer of high school, coming into college. So I think that helped out a lot.
I was going to say, how did you find out about Concordia. And what brought you here?
Yeah, it's like, I did not think ever in my life I would be in Nebraska or in the Midwest. And then one tournament, November nights, Coach Whitus and Nico was the assistant coach back then. They saw me play, and I think they approached my coach first, and then my coach let me know. But at first I understood Concordia, Michigan. So I emailed the coach from Concordia, Michigan, and never got a response. And that's when my club coach asked me, like, oh, how did it go with Coach Whitus and everything? And I said, oh, they never answered. And he's like, you did email the right person, right? And I said, yeah, Concordia, Michigan. He's like, no, it was Concordia, Nebraska. And then that's when I started talking to Coach Whitus and everything clicked. I came to visit, fell in love with everything, the city, the facilities, the people more than anything. And it was an easy choice to come.
And as far as Coach Whitus, you and your teammates were part of his 100th career victory last season. What have you enjoyed most about playing for Coach Whitus?
The trust. He's given me a lot of trust since I came, like you said, being a starter since day one pretty much. I think that's something that every player needs, and it helps one become better and play better, because you know the coach trusts you, and you know you can feel free to do whatever, and if it goes out right, okay, if it goes out wrong, you know the trust is there.
Well, not everybody hears about what you guys are doing in the spring, and I know every spring there's kind of a training season, and you get to play a couple of matches too. What were some of the takeaways from this past spring?
So I think seeing our defense play so well, because out of all the positions, I think that's the back line and goalkeeper are the ones we've had the most change now. But Evan has done a great job stepping up. His leadership is right now is top notch. And Callum, you can see his confidence getting better, because when he played during season, you could see, freshman, it always takes a little bit of time to get that confidence, and you could see that change during the spring season. So I think those would be the two main things that would take away.
I'm sure you'd like to be able to beat Hastings before your career is
The only
over.
team left.
What is the intensity like in those games when really you're going at a team that everybody's trying to get to that level?
I mean, the intensity is like when we play Bellevue or when we play Midland in playoffs or teams like that. But the thing I think that separates those games is how organized we have to be. Because that 1 second when we're not in the right position, that's when they get you. So I think that's the main thing when we play Hastings, the organization throughout the whole field, not even just the back line or up top or the whole time, every single position.
Why did you start playing soccer, and who were maybe some of the people who first were most encouraging in you playing it?
I started, I think it was like 3rd grade of elementary school, and it was because one of my best friends started playing. I said, yeah, why not? But no one in my family has ever played. I'm the first one, and I like basketball more. So when I got to high school, then I had to make the choice, and I'm not tall enough for basketball, so I said I might as well stay with soccer and stick with it, and it's the love of my life.
What was that like? Because you had talked before we started this interview about living in Mexico and then going across the border to go to high school. I mean, that's kind of a different dynamic than most people around here are used to. But what was that like?
Yeah, so I made a switch 5th grade and stayed to finish high school, and it was a hustle. Like, it was waking up 3 hours before school even started to do the border, cross border, go to school, which was like, it was in Coronado, so it's like 20-30 minutes away from the border, and then practice at night. So it would be start maybe 5-ish in the morning, get back home to like 10 at night, do homework, repeat again the next day and the next day and the next day. So I did that for 8 years.
So time management is no problem now when you're in college.
Nothing.
Right?
No, right now what I enjoy the most is waking up late and like 15 minutes before class and not even have to worry about being late or traffic or anything.
Right.
I think that's the best.
In your mind, what would make your senior season a success?
It's all around the team, like winning championship, making more history, breaking more records, and that's that. Like, one thing that we've talked about a lot is the regular season. We want to win that regular season, especially this year, because I think we can do it. I think we can.
Right, and now that's an automatic bid too for the regular season, an automatic bid to the national tournament. Now I'll go into some really kind of quick questions, hopefully here. Like you said, you came a long ways to be here at Concordia.
Yeah.
What are some of the things you miss most about your home when you're at school?
First, family, always family. Then the food. The food is so different. The language, but family and food probably the most. Yeah.
What's something you've come to appreciate about Nebraska?
The calmness. I love how calm it is. Yeah. At first, I struggled with it because I'm used to the big life, the moving around, the traffic everywhere, and everything. But now I really appreciate how calm it is. I enjoy it now. Like, when I go back in the summer to my home, like after maybe a month and a half, I'm like, man, I can't wait to be back in Nebraska and just relax.
Now, The men's soccer team, I think it's fair to say, is the most diverse of any on our campus, just in terms of where everybody comes from and different backgrounds. How has that impacted you personally?
Well, good. I think it's always good to learn about different cultures. Different cultures is always amazing, and I think my best friendships that I made here are with people from outside of what I'm used to. Because I live in Mexico, but I'm used to the American life as well because of how close I am. But like meeting people from England and Ecuador, Colombia, Brazil, and all those places, you learn so much. You learn so much.
We kind of touched on your favorite moments already, but is there any one game that stands out to you? The game against Midland last year is probably one that a lot of people remember.
Yeah.
Because you don't always see shootouts happen that often.
Yeah. From last year, I think that it would be that one, just because of how intense it was. But if I had to choose like another one, I think it would just be the whole 2017 season because it was just fun to play. Like we didn't worry before any game. We already knew we were gonna win. It was that kind of feeling. So it was so much fun. Like we just had fun on the field.
You're still a business administration major, correct?
Yes.
So in conjunction with that, what do you have for a dream job?
Oh, I don't know. There's so many possibilities. It would have to be something to do with soccer and that, but I don't know. I mean, when I graduate, first I want to start becoming a coach. I would like to be a coach for a couple of years and then go into the business area.
You're not going to try to keep playing after
I would
college?
love to. I would love to. We would have to wait and see what comes out. Yeah.
You had, this will be the last one then, you had the most fun doing what this summer?
This summer, the Bucks, playing with the Buggies.
Okay.
Oh, that was fun. That was so much fun because, like, the same as like my freshman year and everything, you meet so many people from so many places. It just makes you look at things with a different perspective. And meeting people from like our rival schools, like I got along very well with the Midland people actually, and Hastings there were a couple, Bellevue there were a few, and just getting along with them and getting to know them is great.